Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. For some of you all, you may not be aware that Navy Federal got rid of the nrewards secured card, right? So they got rid of that term, but they just upgraded to the reward secured card, okay? Now, here's the thing about it I want to ask you. USAA, they have a secured card as well. And I'm going to give you some facts, and you tell me which one would you prefer to start with. Now, you can go with both banks, and like I said, it's the same way to get in both, either military related or you have friends and family that you share the same address with, that you can actually get into both Navy Federal as well as USAA. But there's a difference, okay, with their secured cards, okay, and the way that they do things at each of these banks, all right? So here's the breakdown with USAA, all right? And I'll tell you that USAA, they have some pretty good credit cards, and this is one of the reasons why you may want to consider going after USAA, but I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? So here's the thing about it. With USAA, their secured card goes from $250 up to $5,000, all right? Now, with Navy Federal, their secured card goes from $200 up to $5,000. Now, both of these cards, okay, after 6 months, Navy Federal becomes unsecured. You graduate, okay, after 6 months. Now, here's the thing with USAA. If it's after 6 months, and this is one of the things that people have been having trouble with, is that they will not graduate the card, okay? Sometimes people have seen it go like for 2 years. However, after 6 months, you can apply for a regular unsecured credit card, all right? Now, here's the thing about it with USAA. USAA, they use a mortgage FICO score too, all right? And so a lot of people are not even aware what their mortgage FICO score is, all right? And if you need to know what that score is, click the link in the description of the video, get your credit report, schedule a one-on-one consultation, and I'll show you how to leverage it and help you find institutions that actually uses a mortgage score or even a FICO 9 score. Speaking of FICO 9, now with Navy Federal, they use TransUnion FICO 9. Now, here's the thing about it. Many of us know that Navy Federal is relationship based, all right? The same as with USAA. And the thing about it is, like, the more products you have, the easier it is to get funding, all right? Now, here comes the biggest difference, all right, with USAA and Navy Federal, all right? Let's break down Navy Federal first, all right? So we know that they have the internal score, and the internal score going from 100 up to 5,000, right? Excuse me, going from 100 up to 450, all right? Now, here's the thing about it that most people are not aware of, is that in order to get that score, you have to have multiple accounts. So that means that if you need direct deposits, definitely helps with both USAA as well as with Navy Federal, okay? Now, here's the plus part about that, is that for those of you that can't produce direct deposit or can't show proof of income, we actually give you 4 free months of payroll to help set you up so you can be able to do direct deposit. You can get access to that down below as well. Now, with Navy Federal, going back to Navy Federal, okay, so you have direct deposit, you have the flagship checking account, you have the savings account, and I tell you, put at least $25 in the savings account every week, right? Then you can do the secured card, and then you can do the pledge loan. Now, here's the thing about it where people get confused about the pledge loans, because they think that because they have a pledge loan, that's going to get them a personal loan. That has nothing to do with the personal loan, okay? Your internal score only is to help you with credit cards. And many of you know that if you're with Navy Federal and you want to know your internal score, you can pick up the phone and call them if you have a credit card, and they'll tell you what your internal score is. All right. So that being said, also maybe adding on like a CD, a money market account. Well, here's the thing about it with USAA, right? So with USAA, like I said, because they use Experian Mortgage Score 2, all right? So like with Navy Federal on the FICO 9, where you can have authorized users, you can have utility bills, you can have rental payments, you can have subscriptions. Well, guess what? That mortgage score, because it's a FICO 8 score, they do not calculate that, all right? So this is going all the way off of with this using the mortgage score. They're all the way 100% on the relationship base, making sure that you utilize the credit cards and stuff. Now, I would tell you that USAA, when it comes to unsecured credit cards, all right, the credit cards that you want to go with USAA, they have the American Express cash back, okay? And the reason that you want to focus on this here card, and then they have the Advantage Visa. The reason that you want to focus on those two cards, because it's 0% interest on purchases and balance transfers. Guess what else they do? They will give you convenience checks. Checkmate, right? And so with those convenience checks, you can take the money, transfer the money from the card over to your checking account, and you can use the money that way. Okay, they charge I think it's 5% to do a balance transfer. All right, now here's the thing about it with Navy Federal. They do not give you any convenience checks when you get credit cards. All right, but the best credit cards they do have, again, their platinum is 0.99%, you know, but they don't have the 0%. Actually, I take that back. They do. And it's with the rewards. It's with the cashRewards. It's with the Go, and it's with the platinum. Okay, I take that back because they was running a promotion. Okay, and they was giving you, I think it was up to 12 months of 0% interest. Going back to what I'm saying though, is that they do not give you convenience checks. So how do you liquidate that? Well, they have the prepaid Go card, right? And so with the prepaid Go card, let me fix this thing. Sorry about that, guys. With the prepaid Go card, you can transfer your balance from your credit card over to that Go card. Then you can take the money off of it that way. All right. And by you doing a transfer balance that way, you get hit with a lesser transfer balance fee. But that's one of the best ways for you to liquidate your Navy Federal credit cards. All right. So in reference to would I go for the Navy Federal Secured Credit Card versus the USAA credit card? The thing about it, I probably would still go with the Navy Federal. And again, because with Navy Federal, many of us that may have started with Navy Federal may have had challenging credit of about 500, 550 and realized that they approved me for 10, 15,000. With USAA, because they use that FICO mortgage score, okay, they're going to be very conservative. So they're not going to give you those large lines of credit. Those large lines of credit depends on how long you've been with them. Like they do have products with USA that will help you because, of course, they have the insurance, right? So everybody likes their insurance, but open a checking account, a savings account, you can do a CD. However, again, with Navy Federal, because you have multiple accounts like that, and plus you can add authorized users onto the credit file, it'll make it much easier for you to get higher limits because, again, it's a TransUnion FICO 9. So that's in my opinion. If you guys have USAA, or you guys have Navy Federal, which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments. And if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.